my views on city planning, things like that, like everything else, originate from wanting to solve every problem that we're presented with more freedom rather than less. And city planning, zoning, things like that is something I believe is solvable with more freedom without government intervention. In other words, if you look at the city of Houston, they actually have no planning or zoning restrictions whatsoever. They still don't have oil refineries going up next to housing projects. Those sorts of things still don't happen. It's theoretically possible, but the private sector has figured out a solution to this problem that's widely considered to be solely the government's responsibility. The private sector has started using what are called covenants, and these are basically private contracts between homeowners. They all live in a certain area and they all pool their deeds together. And these covenants basically lay out what kind of buildings you can build on the land. They serve essentially the same process that zoning does. The only difference, and it's an important difference in my opinion, is that it does it without the government. It solves that problem with more freedom. The private sector, the people that are out building houses, are obviously the ones that are building houses. So the city can't do anything to help this supply deficit except for get out of the way of the people that are trying to meet this demand. What the city can do is ease the burden on people that are having to deal with this cost of living that has spiraled out of control. The easiest and the quickest thing to do is lower taxes. When a business gets taxed, they have to increase the price of the goods that they sell to you. So now the things that you buy are more expensive, and since you're being taxed, you have less money to spend on the things that are more expensive. So the inverse holds true. When you decrease taxes, businesses are making higher profits, so they lower their prices because of competition from other businesses. You're being taxed less, so now you have more money to spend on things that cost less. I think this is kind of common sense, and I don't understand why the city government is trying to raise taxes in a time when the cost of living is so high. There are cities like Tyler, which I use as an example a lot. Tyler's about the same size as Midland. It has about the same tax base that we do, but their property taxes are 0.20, so 20 cents per every $100 of valuation. Midland's this year is 0.46. Next year it's 0.40. Tyler has about half, less than half of our property taxes. So I don't know why we're not competing with Tyler. We have advantages that Tyler doesn't. We have a massive tax base now. People are building more property. People are buying more things that cost more. So our sales tax revenue is coming in. One thing that I would like to do is take the 4A and 4B taxes that are on your sales tax right now and put those towards things that the property tax is paying for. I think that's more fair and more prudent thing to do. Those would drop our property taxes dramatically, making it much easier for you to afford a home. Lowering taxes is probably my main campaign platform. I think it helps a lot of issues, helps the economy, drops the cost of living, and I think that is the best and most prudent way forward for the City Council.